All right, let's take a minute. Let's talk about the sales slump. This is one of the biggest challenges that reps face, especially at the beginning of the summer. So you've bageled for a few days in a row, or you're just hitting a ceiling and you're not getting to the level that you want to get to. How do you break out of that slump? What causes it? And ultimately, what really is it that allows us to avoid those in the future? Number one is commitment. Do you have a plan B? Do you have a backup option? Are you truly all in this summer? Have you given yourself no reason, no backup option, no choice but to succeed? And if you haven't, if you have a job just in case, or if you have just that looming thought in the back of your head that maybe you're just not cut out for selling, maybe you don't have what it takes, you will not have what it takes. That will be the single number one factor in your failure this summer and why you will ultimately quit. There's just something about the level of commitment when you decide that I'm burning all of my boats, my bridges are gone, I have no chance to retreat, I have to win. And it's only then that you realize what you're capable of. Until then, you'll never know. So, number one, are you committed? Are you all in? Have you exhausted every other option and this has to be that thing you do? Is there a reason that you're doing this beyond just a job, right? Is there something that you're trying to accomplish, money you need to save? There's got to be a powerful why behind this decision to come out and sell. Otherwise, this is one of the hardest jobs you can get. Number two, do you understand what you do to the point that you can be the expert? See, what really matters and what really allows you to succeed in this job is your ability to create immense value. Your ability to understand what their needs are and then to be able to deliver value as an expert, as a guide, as a leader to take them to the solution. When you do that, that's really what allows you to succeed. But if you don't have confidence and product knowledge or service knowledge enough to be able to be that expert, it won't even matter if you can tell them or not. It's the fact that you won't have the confidence in leading them into the path that will ultimately allow them to be successful. Sure, there's laydowns, there's the easy sales that will inevitably come, but that's not what's going to make you successful. You need to be able to close those people that were on the fence or have another company. And the only way you do that is by emerging as the expert. So, do you know your product? If you don't, spend some time with the technicians, watch it happen, figure out what's going on, get to know it at a level that you can speak with confidence. And once you have that, then it really comes down to the mindset. And mindset is the biggest killer of your success. And what I mean by that is if you're feeling like you're lacking confidence, if you've had a string of bad days and you're just kind of out of gas, you're going to think that everything that you're doing is wrong. You're going to switch your pitch. You're going to realize that customers keep saying no and they treat you differently. And you might blame it on your area or you might blame it on the fact that you've just lost the edge. But that's not the point. The point isn't that you don't need to change your pitch. You don't need to switch anything up. You can give the same pitch with a different mindset and have a completely different impact on the customer. So what you need to do is get your head right. And the way to get your head right is to focus on what sells, and that's the value. So when a rep calls me and they're in that struggle, I'll ask them, are you all in? Are you committed? Do you have a backup option? And do you keep talking about that other company or that other market or that other area? Or are you just all in, humble enough to be successful in this area? And if the answer to that is yes, and I recognize that I have the basic sales knowledge and the product knowledge to succeed, the next thing I'll do is I'll say, I want you to stop selling. And what I want you to do is I want you to focus on being an expert. I want you to get rid of your goals, your expectations, all of that right now. And what I want you to do is I want you to set your sights on just having a meaningful exchange of value with every person that you talk to for the rest of the day. Don't sell, just build value. And to effectively do that, you've got to understand what their needs are. So it's going to force you to ask questions. And as you understand what those needs are and you deliver that value and you let that be your objective, just notice how the energy changes. Just notice how the customers talk to you differently. Just notice how you feel after every interaction. And just notice how you still end up selling every single time. Sometimes it's the very first door that my reps call me and then they go out and they succeed because they switch the gears and they focused on serving the customer, not selling out of scarcity because they needed to sell or they weren't on track or they're in that competition. All of those things are a distraction. And if you want to be successful, put that all aside, focus on building value, and just go out and get one sale. Just one. Go get the next deal. And after you get that one, then you can go get another one. See, it's the momentum that builds. It's the mindset that you strengthen that allows you to be successful. And you know this because every time you have a couple early sales, you tend to have a very successful day. Because your mindset is feeling confident. It's how you feel after you get that first sale every day. You feel different. That's the energy shift, and that's what the customers are recognizing, and that's what they're responding to. So if you're not feeling that confidence, if your mindset isn't there, take a step back, let the goals go, because your customer doesn't care what your objective is. They don't care how you rank. They don't care how much money you want to make, and they don't care that you're struggling. They have a need, and you have an opportunity to solve and fix and create value for that need. That's it. When you focus on that, sales follow. Sales follow value. So focus on that and watch it reset. We have another video where we'll talk more about the mindset of confidence and expectation and some of those things, but just understand that all of the stress and all of the anxiety, all of even the goals and the expectations and the competitions, they have the ability to throw you off. And if you're there, just take a break, hit pause, hit the reset button, and just focus on the value. Focus on being an expert. Lead them to a successful outcome and watch it come back together. And then build the momentum and watch it take off. Momentum, momentum, momentum.